Welcome back to my Legacy Garage. A little different this time around. I want to take a minute to look at my Harley, kind of walk around it. Some of you have watched more than one of my videos, have probably seen it sitting in the background. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring it out, walk you around it, talk about a few interesting features about it, and maybe take a ride. So hope you come along. So there she is. It is a 2008, which is 150th anniversary edition, hence the special color of paint there. I have never owned a Harley until this one. I have had a whole bunch of metrics, and this is an Electra Glide Ultra Classic, by the way. And the metrics are nice, they're reliable, they ride nice, but it's not the same as a Harley. And there are a few key differences on this bike from the last metric I had, which was a Honda VTX 1800, which got destroyed right after I sold it to the guy, which breaks my heart a little bit, but it is what it is. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look here. One of the things that I really liked about the Harleys is they have these rubber mounted footboards. It really helps with the vibrations. It doesn't shake, rattle, and roll you so much. I'm also a big fan of the highway pegs. You can put them up if you don't want to use them. Or you keep them down, you put your feet out there, and it's like riding a road sofa is what they call these things. There's also some storage right down here in your lowers, which is fantastic. There you have the 105th anniversary edition. Same thing down there. You don't mind the dirt. She's been sitting in the garage, but she's getting ready to get cleaned up and go for a ride here. The seat is surprisingly comfortable. And of course, you have a special emblem right there as well. Of course, you have your queen seat on the back. The saddlebags and the touring pack are really a nice addition. The tour pack here gives you plenty of storage room for all sorts of stuff that you may want to take with you. It even gives you a warning about how much weight you can put in it. Same thing with the saddlebags, which open a little funny here. You open up this outside piece, and then they open up like this. Lots of room down in there. Again, you have a warning about how much weight you can put in them. So, probably the single biggest difference is the turn signals. If you look at the controls here, you got left on your left bar, right on your right bar. Metrics, of course, you just have the one back and forth switch, which really messes you up when you switch to a Harley, but they're self-canceling. I mean, it's really nice. It really is. There's a CD player stashed in there. And then these bikes use a key fob. So instead of me having to stick this key actually into a switch and turning it on, I just have to have it with me somewhere. In my pocket, in the tour pack, anywhere on the bike, and it'll start and run. It's pretty fantastic. And then, of course, you have, you can't really see it really well, but you have cruise control. Cruise control! It's amazing. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, how about we take this old girl for a ride? Well, there she is, folks. All back safe and sound in the garage after a nice ride. Hopefully we got some pretty decent footage for y'all. I thought of a couple things I wanted to touch on a little bit here. One thing is, I'm not sure if my Honda had this or not, but when you push on the rear brake pedal on this bike, it actually applies a little bit of front brake with it as well, which is nice because it makes it a little less sketchy when you're stopping, especially if the roads are wet. Also, this bike has an air ride suspension. That right there is your gauge that tells you how many pounds of air you have in your air suspension. Last but not least, good practice is a battery tender. I got this little unit right here off of Amazon. It's pretty cheap, no reason not to use it. Most bikes already have a battery tender connection wired onto them. This one's no exception. It's right here. Good idea to keep them plugged in when you're not using them. And last but not least, this right here is a Comm port. All right, folks, that'll about do it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Just something a little short and fun with something that we like to do, which is ride. It really gave us our sanity through the whole COVID-19 nonsense and being able to get out and about even though nobody else could because it's just out for a ride. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching, and please think about subscribing.